Good morning students, welcome again chapter 3 of class 8. Today we are going to discuss Mahalwari settlements and Munro systems. In previous class we have studied about the permanent settlements. In previous class we have discussed East India Company after becoming a Diwan of Bengal earned its revenue by formulating some new methods of revenue collections. So, under the land revenue system, the three types of a land revenue method used by the Britishers, by the East India Company. First one is a Zamindari system or permanent settlement system. Second is a Royatwari system and third one is a Mahalwari system. So first one we have already discussed in our previous class. So now let's move to the second method of revenue collection is a Royatwari system. So in the southern part of India also Britishers felt that permanent settlement method was not beneficial and enough, and so Thomas Munro, the governor of Madras 1819 to 1826, developed a new method of revenue collections is known as a Royatwari system. So this system introduced by Thomas Munro in 1820 in South India and Western India. So under this system, British administration used to collect land revenue directly from peasants or ryots. Ryots means cultivators. So the system was actually based on the method which was applied by Captain Alexander Reid on a small scale in some of the areas which were won over by the company after the defeating of Tipu Sultan. So ryots here refers to the cultivators. Ryots means cultivators. So as there was a absence of zamindars in South India, both Alexander and Munro decided to directly deal with the ryots or the cultivators. So the revenue rates were as high as 50% on the unirrigated and 60% on irrigated lands, but the conditions of peasants remain the poor. So under this system, revenue was not fixed. Revenue was depend on the size of the land. So before collection the revenues, the fields had to be carefully and separately surveyed or the measured before the revenue assessments. And after then, peasants or ryots or the cultivators directly submit to the revenues to the Britishers. In 1822, an Englishman called Holt Mackenzie felt that the blaze was an important social institution for the North Indian societies and needed to be preserved. So therefore, he developed a new method of revenue collections known as the Mahalwari system. In this system, fields was measured and recording the customs and rights of different groups. The estimated revenue of each plot within a blaze was added up to calculate the revenue, and each blaze or mahal means in British revenue records, mahal is a revenue estate which may be a blaze or a group of blazes had to pay. So under this system, revenue was revised periodically, means the revenue was not fixed. So the charge of collecting the revenue and paying it to the company was given to the blaze headman rather than to the zamindars, and this system come to be known as the Mahalwari settlement. Implications of land revenue systems. Within a few years after a new system was imposed, it was clear that all was not well within them. So, to increase the income from land, revenues officials fixed too high a revenue demanded. Peasants were unable to pay, and ryots or the cultivators they are moved from the countrysides. Second, lack of investment in agriculture reduced food security in India. And then India became land of recurrent famines. So now we know that the three systems of revenue collections were tried by the Britishers. So let us compare all the three systems of revenue collections. First criteria is reasons. So permanent settlement systems introduced in Bengal, Bihar and Odishas, and Roydwari systems South India and Western India, and the Mahalwari systems introduced in Punjab and Western UP. Second one is tax collections. So under the permanent systems, taxes are collected by the zamindars, and under the Roydwari systems, revenue was collected by the Britishers or the company, and under the Mahalwari systems, revenue or the tax was collected by the village headman. Third criteria under the land revenue system is land ownership. So under the permanent systems, zamindars were the owner of the land, and under the Roydwari systems, peasants were the owner of the land, and under the Mahalwari systems, also peasants were the owner of the land. Permanent system introduced by Charles Cornwallis in the year 1793, and Roydwari system introduced by Thomas Munro in the year 1820, and the Mahalwari system is introduced by Hall Mackenzie in 1822. In the next class we will discuss about the crops for Europe. Thank you.